Hey everybody! Today we are going through the comic books of 1953 that I have in my personal collection. Um, Before we get to that, though, I want to talk a little bit about this Roy Rogers comic from 1949. And it looks like I need to switch over to the other camera in order to be able to do that with this crazy green screen stuff. So, be right back. Alright, got a whole stack here from 1953 we're going to go through. And we got this Roy Rogers comic that we already looked at from 1949, but I just got it out of the press, and I've been ever since. If you've been watching, you know that I one of the comics was so badly damaged I didn't want to moisturize it when I put it in the press, so I dry pressed it, and it turned out so well that I've been doing that with the other Golden Age books that needed pressing, and this one turned out gorgeous as well. I did not moisturize this at all. You when you're fixing the spine, you press it flat like this, and then you press it again this way. And if there aren't any wrinkles or anything in there that you're trying to get rid of, I don't think you really need to use moisture. This turned out great, and I don't. I guess I'm forging my own path, because everything I watched said to, you know, uh, moisturize the comics, basically, whatever you want to call it, humidify. And if there was wrinkles and stuff you were trying to get out of there, you probably would want to do that. But all I wanted to do was fix the spine. So dry pressing works really well to just do that. And in the second press, when I folded it, I didn't even use the heat because I didn't feel like I needed to. Once I got it lined up and I pressed it for a quick press just to make sure it was folded in the right place, I almost didn't even press it again. But I went ahead and left it in there for a couple hours, and it turned out really nice. So I think that's the way I'm going to be doing these. I've got another one in there now that's pressing flat, and I think that works. I think it works. So most of you probably could care less, but there's a few people out there who might find that interesting. So, all right, 1953. Let's see what we got. We got American Air Forces number 10 from Magazine Enterprises. This is the first one from Magazine Enterprises. And this is also A1 number 74, because their A1 series had that weird double numbering thing going on, just like Four Color did, and the DC Giants. And I don't know why companies did that. It seems like an odd thing to do. This one could actually use a press just to get those pages down, but the spine is fine, so we're going to leave this one. And I do have some pages that I printed out myself in here, so it must have been incomplete to begin with. All right, let me pull up my list here and pull this title up on Grand Comics Database, which hopefully will be working today. And thanks for watching, everybody. I'm glad you're here. Hope you're having a great day. I know there's a lot of weird stuff in the news lately, and all you can do is keep going. So, Hope you and your family are healthy, safe, and doing well. And where did Grand Comics Database go? I had it pulled up and it's gone. It got tired of waiting for me, I guess. Oh, it's taking forever to load. Maybe it did go down. Well, that would be a bummer. All right, well, let me get out my Overstreet price guide and see if that will do me any good here. American Air Forces, number 10. And I guess I want to leave it as American Air Forces because that's what it says on the cover. It doesn't say any A1 or anything like that. So I'm going to list it as American Air Forces. They had 4 issues before they became part of the A1 series. And they actually had 12 issues altogether. Now you know. Yep, Grand Comics Database not even coming up for me. All right, so they seem to have a lot of problems keeping that site up. But it is also constantly being updated, so that could be part of it too, I suppose. And I'm just going to use ME for Magazine Enterprises as the abbreviation. Hopefully I remember that in the future. And okay, Overstreet lists a whole bunch of different publishers. It says William H. Wise was the published number 1, Life's Romances published, I guess, 2 through 4, and then Magazine Enterprises published the rest of them as part of A1. I'm not sure, without Grand Comics Database to provide additional information, I'm not sure how to read that. We're going to put the whole series in here as Magazine Enterprises for now. 1944 to 1954. That's quite a spread for only 12 issues. 1 to 12. That might have been because of the different publishers. Yeah, there was a gap from number 4 was published in 1945, and then number 5 as part of A1 wasn't published until 1951. So maybe I should list it as 2 different publishers then, at least 2. But for now, we'll do what we can here. I won't have to worry about it unless I get some of those issues, quite frankly. All right, so we're going to be using Overstreet today. Here is Bugs Bunny number 31. Dell, of course. Earliest issue of Bugs Bunny in my collection, and it already says that on this sticker here, so I'm going to leave that as is. It does have a big... actually, it's in one of these big bags, so we are going to go ahead and change that. Never mind. Oh, where are the bags? I had those bags real handy, and I remember they fell somewhere yesterday. There they are. All right, well, as long as we got it out of the bag, we might as well take a look at the back. Got a gag strip on the back. And we are going to put a sticker on there after all. So 1953, film 31. And here is number 33. On your marks, get set. And another Christmas Parade, number 5. Nice. Too bad somebody had to get a little carried away with initials or something on there. But actually, I wonder if those are stamps or. It almost looks like crayon. If that's crayon, it should come off. That's too fine of a point to be crayon, though. Wonder what that is. Colored pencil, maybe? Or maybe it's just ink, but it didn't. Somebody tried cleaning it earlier, so it's not as pronounced as it once was. I don't know. It's not coming off, whatever it is. There's a little smudge up here on the white that I can get off, though. That's not coming off either. Oh, never mind then. I'll just carry on. Somebody had fun doing the puzzles. So. It wasn't me. And here's one I definitely need to print out a new cover for. Felix the Cat from Toby Press. Maybe my only issue from Toby Press. That's very possible. Oh, this is probably actually Pat Sullivan's Felix the Cat. I remember there being confused over that. See how they have it listed in Overstreet here. I don't see Pat Sullivan, so they must have in Overstreet. They must have it all listed as Felix the Cat. I know in Grand Comics Database they have it listed in a couple of different places. All right, Felix the Cat, originally published by Dell, had a bunch of Four Colors issues, and then went to a number 1. The first numbered 12 issues. All right, well, we're going to list it as Felix the Cat then. Which makes it easier, actually. And we're going to put the Dell information in there, so if I ever get more issues, I'll know what the heck I'm looking at. Dell had it from 1948 to 1951. And they ran for 19 issues. I think I said 12 before, but it's actually 19. I was misreading something there. And then Toby Press got it. That's interesting. It would be unusual for Dell to lose a license to somebody else until they stop publishing. Um, so not seeing a date for number 20 in here, but probably 1962. Or 1952, I mean, or 1951, since it's the same numbering, could be 1951. They published till number 61, which was in 1955. And they published numbers 20 to number 61. This is 41. And then it actually continued on past that with Harvey Comics. They went from 1955 to 1961. And they did issues number 62 to 118. And then in 1962, Dell got it again and rebooted it with another new number 1. Weird. That's where I got the 12 from. 1962 to 1965, they had 12 issues. And there was a 3D and an annual and a winter annual and some other stuff as well. And of course, there were other series too. But I'm going to have to try and find a cover for this one. But I wanted to see if I could get this 25 off of here. Yeah, thought it looked like that would come off right off. Sometimes you get lucky. So yeah, gonna have to you know what, this whole book needs to be pressed too. This needs some work. The cover needs to be laminated to save it. I want to print out the cover if I can find it. I should be able to find the front and no problem. I don't really need anything else since I've got the other parts, as long as this is just an ad. Although it would be nice to have the publisher information. So actually, I'm going to set this one to the side so I can work on that, add it to my really large pile of comics to work on. And then it's back to 4-colors. 1953 4-colors. We got number 446. I didn't realize I had so many 4-colors. When they just kind of trickle in one or two at a time, you don't really notice. If I remember right, this one's got tape. Got this one before I started hating tape. I think this has got a treasure map on the back. Oh no, it's just got a big pirate ship on the back. I was thinking it had a treasure map. That's cool. Got the mermaids down here, and then the Lost Boys are battling the pirates, and the two boys are up here. I can't remember their names. One's John. I can't remember the other one's name. And I don't see Wendy. Is Wendy on the front? No, Peter Pan. I almost said Peter Parker. Peter Pan and Captain Hook are on the front. And where's Wendy? And Tinkerbell. I don't see Wendy or Tinkerbell. Cool cover, though. Got little cutout standee figures that you can cut out in color. Neat book. And the little people from number 485. Using a teapot and a mixer as a boat. Here's one based on the live action Robin Hood that Disney did. Most people don't know about that one. And Gene Autry comics. I don't think we did any Gene Autrys yet. We did a bunch of Roy Rogers. And that's from Dell. So I'm going to have to look that one up as well. All right. Oh, Gene Autry had an interesting history. It actually started at Fawcett for the first 10 issues. And so I'm going to back up on that and put that series in here too, because just in case I ever find one. 1942 to 1943, 10 issues at Fawcett. Then Dell got it and published an issue 11 and an issue number 12 in 1943 to 1944. So it's probably maybe stuff that had already been done for Fawcett, and Dell did those. Then Dell did a bunch of 4-color issues. And then they restarted the series with a new number 1. In 1946. And it went until 1959. And that series had 121 issues. And that's what this series is, number 74. So this is an odd cover to me because it looks like he's posing with a fake horse. Right? I mean, this is obviously a photo, but then you got drawing down here and here for the farmland. The background is all drawn. But this horse doesn't look real to me. I mean, it's pretty realistic, but it looks like it's stuffed or something. I know Roy Rogers stuffed Trigger, but that was a long time ago. This would have been way past when this was published. So I don't know. It just don't look real to me. Just the way the hair is all, of course he's combing it, so he's brushing it, so maybe it would be laying flat and everything. I don't know. Just doesn't. It looks to me like they did a publicity photo, but they had him posed with a fake horse. That's what I'm saying. I don't know if it's true or not. Looks that way to me. And then we got Henry Eldritch Comics. And I never heard the radio show. You'll know why I said it like that. Henry looks like he was published by Dell too. I got a lot of Dells, dude. Henry Eldritch Comics. Dell Publishing, 1950 to 1954. And that one ran for 22 issues. Says it was based in the Overstreet says it was based on a TV show, but I remember it as a radio show. It could have been a TV show as well. Another Looney Tunes, number 139. However, I have this one marked as damaged. And there's something weird going on with it. Let me see what the damage is. Now that I have some ways of repairing some things, there's a big lump in the middle of this thing for some reason. Oh, I remember this one. I had the tape. That's why. There's holes. It goes all the way through the entire thing. And that tells me I know where I got this from. I'm not going to say his name because he's a very popular YouTuber. And he did give me some free books to make up for all the damaged books he had sold me. But so anyway, moving on. We got Mickey Mouse. An actual Mickey Mouse, not a 4-color. Now I know that started with Dell. But he did have a lot of 4 colors first, so don't know off the top of my head what number he started with. I know there were actually some books before the comic book, but not going into that for this list. This is just lists of stuff I have, not for stuff I wish I had. All right, 4-color, a lot of 4 colors. I think looks like it started with number 28 in 1952. And then Dell had it until 84, number 84. So 1962, 1952, 1962. Dell had it for starting with number 28 until 84. And then Gold Key got it, of course. And they went from 1962 to 1984. With numbers 85 to 218. And Mickey Mouse. and then Gladstone got it. And they went from 219 to 256. $19.90, I guess so. And of course, it continued on past that too, but that's all I'm going to do for now. Worry about that in future episodes. This is number 32. I could use a little bit of a spine fix, but it's not that bad. And there's another Walter Lance New Funnies. Need a bag for that one. Oh, also needed the back cover. Not much left of those ads. And I gotta cut up another label. And this is number 200. 1953. And we got a Porky Pig. This must have been around the time where they started graduating all the titles, all the regularly published titles out of the 4-color, huh? Guessing this is pretty early in the numbered run because it still has a title on it like they would have done on the 4-colors. Let's see, Porky Pig had some 4-colors, of course, and started with number 25 in 1952. And Dell had it until Gold Key took over 1962. They all go to 1962. That must be the year Dell stopped publishing. Or if they had, at least they had the split with Gold Key at that time. Whitman, Western Publishing, whatever you want to call it. So what I say, number 25 to number 81 was from Dell. This is number 26. And then we'll put the Gold Key Whitman information in there as well. Which was... Oh, they didn't continue the numbering, and I actually started over with a number 1, 1965. So there was a gap in there before they took over doing Porky Pig. And the second series ran for 109 issues. And there's another one, number 31. So this Porky Pig number 26 was actually the second numbered issue. And this is number 31. It's in an okay bag, but this sticker is hard to read. It gets faded. So we're going to just, since the sticker's already on there, I don't want to waste the bag and replace it. We're just going to go ahead and write it on that sticker. And Roy Rogers, number 67. I didn't realize I had this many Roy Rogers. I'm happy about that. That's the 8th issue that I have. And I think I laminated this one. It feels like it's laminated. Yeah. And Tonto, the Lone Ranger's companion. Let's see what we can find out about Tonto. Tonto, see the Lone Ranger's companion. Bum, 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 bum. Lone Ranger's companion Tonto. Is that actually the name? I think I'm just going to leave it under Tonto. Yeah, they did actually. That is the name. Lone Ranger's companion Tonto. But I'll never remember to look at it like that, so I'm just going to leave it as Tonto, I think. No. They had one 4-color issue, so it started with number 2 in 1951 to 1958. And it went until issue number 33. It had all painted covers. Nice. And back to one of my favorites, Walt Disney's comics and stories. They're all my favorites at this point, but I always have a special place in my heart for the Disney comics. Happy Easter cover. They're painting his golf balls. That's funny. And here is 156. That's the end of the pile. If only there was one more. Oh, wait. We have this one to add in from our first 2 episodes of this series. Lone Ranger. All right, and let's see, Walter Lantz New Funnies. I'm gonna relocate to the Walter Lantz section, and then we got 4 colors. We got Looney Tunes, Lone Rangers. That's where it belongs, right there, right between Looney Tunes and Henry Eldritch. All right, came to another end of another episode. Thanks for watching, everybody. Really appreciate you stopping by and being here. And we took a little bit longer today. And I'll see you soon. Yes, I will.
Step right up, don't be shy. Join the fun, give them a try. Click that button, it's not sly. We can take this song so high. Oh, let's all click the like button. Don't just sit there doing nothing. Subscribe and be a little loving. Make our hearts keep on thumping. You upbeat, it's so neat. Hit that like, feel the beat. Join the rhythm, move your feet. Subscribe and make it sweet. Oh, let's all click the like button. Don't just sit there doing nothing. Subscribe and be a little loving. Make our hearts keep on thumping.